Hello, my viewers and subscribers. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining us in another one here on the coach's desk. And we're going to be discussing a matter that has been out there. Many persons would have, spoke on the situation. And I'm going to take you through a letter that was sent to the observer, right? And they definitely wanted people to know about the situation or sharing their views on the whole Usain Bolt saga. So Usain Bolt has been one of our and by far the world's greatest athlete that has ever lived, and it is interesting how he has been treated according to some Jamaicans. Many people believe that, his wealth was not secured. Many people believe that he wasn't one to go out and seek from persons, to give advice on where to actually go about making investment. So this thing resurfaced after we learned that SSL stole a whole lot of money from Usain Bolt account, allegedly, and no one seemed to know who is the actual culprit. There's someone incarcerated. However, persons still believe that that could not be the only person that is involved in a situation like this. Also, too, they the case really died a slow death until Usain Bolt decided to come back on the scene, do some interviews, and talk about the whole situation. So it has resurfaced, and there were some political activists who actually, spoke about him in a manner that, you never talk to the government before you make your investment or made your investment. So why blame the government now? So it's a whole lot of saga. Persons are saying that, the money did not reach in the account. A whole lot of drama surrounding this thing. But this person wrote to the editor, right? And normally these things that are written to the editor, they are like anonymous, right? So this person titled the piece or the editorial "A Champion's Betrayal." So when you hear all that I've said, people, I want you to, give your honest opinion on this matter with Usain Bolt. Tell me if you feel as if you believe he was treated fairly in the matter, or his outbursts were uncalled for, being that he made his own decisions pertaining to his own investments. Yeah. All right. So this is what or how the editorial kicked off. Dear editor, the morning sun bathed the Kingston skyline in a golden hue as Usain Bolt scrolled through his phone, sipping his usual cup of coffee. It was supposed to be another day of reflection, a moment of to appreciate his years of hard work and legacy he had built. But then the call came. A chilling revelation shattered his peace. The millions he had entrusted to Stocks and Securities Limited, SSL, had vanished. Bolt, the fastest man on earth, had built his fortune with each stride, each sweat drenched hour of training, each race that made the world stop and watch in awe. But in an instant, he found himself blindsided, not by an opponent on the track, but by a financial institution he had trusted with his wealth, or we could say a portion of his wealth. The SSL scandal, which has unraveled as one of the largest financial fraud cases in Jamaica's history, extends far beyond Bolt. It exposes deep vulnerabilities in the country's financial regulation framework. Jamaica's Financial Services Commission, FSC, the entity responsible for monitoring non bank financial institutions, has come under intense scrutiny. How could such massive fraud go unnoticed for so long? Why weren't red flags raised earlier? These are the chilling questions. Former Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark ramped up efforts, inviting international bodies like the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, to aid the investigation. However, for Bolt and hundreds of other investors, these actions feel like mere band aids on a gaping wound. Bolt's legal team, led by attorney Linton Gordon, has been unwavering in its demand for justice. Gordon has condemned the lack of transparency surrounding the case, questioning why, after more than 2 years, there has been little progress in recovering the stolen funds. The alleged fraudster, former SSL employee Jean Ann Panton, has been arrested and charged, but many believe she's merely a scapegoat. Panton claimed she acted alone, a narrative that is difficult to accept given the scale of the fraud. The public is left wondering who else within SSL or beyond might be complicit. And why has there been no clear plan to reimburse investors? The repercussions of this scandal extend far beyond Bolt or even SSL's other clients. Jamaica has spent decades cultivating a reputation as an attractive destination for foreign investment. However, the exposure of such systematic financial mismanagement threatens to erode investors' confidence. Foreign investors prioritize stability, transparency, and a robust legal system when choosing where to place their money. If a global icon such as Usain Bolt, one of the most beloved and respected athletes in the world, can fall victim to such financial deception, what assurance do other investors have that their capital is safe? Jamaica's financial regulators must act decisively. Comprehensive, increased oversight, and stringent penalties for financial crimes are essential to restoring trust. That when it's broken, it's very difficult to regain. Otherwise, this scandal could serve as a cautionary tale, deterring much needed foreign direct investment and stalling economic growth. Do you believe that that is the case? For Bolt, the betrayal runs deeper than money. It's about trust, integrity, and the belief that hard work should be rewarded, not stolen. His story is now emblematic of a broader issue plaguing Jamaica's financial sector: the urgent need for reform and accountability. This moment in history will be remembered not just for the scandal itself, but for how Jamaica chooses to respond. Will this be a turning point that leads to lasting change or just another example of justice delayed? The world is watching, and so is Usain Bolt. As Jamaica grapples with the crisis, policymakers must implement measures to prevent future occurrences. Stronger financial regulations, independent audits, and whistleblower protections should be at the forefront of legislative reforms. Furthermore, government agencies must be held accountable for oversight failures, ensuring that negligence and corruption do not go unchecked. The SSL scandal is not just about one man's financial loss, it is a wake up call for an entire nation. Jamaica must seize the opportunity to rebuild confidence, in its financial institutions and prove that it is a country in which justice prevails and trust is honored. The question still remains, my people. Will the authorities rise to the occasion, or will this be another footnote in a history of missed opportunities? And this is a piece or an editorial by Janelle McEwen. I think this was well put together. I think it leaves us with bad taste in our mouth because of what really transpired. And I don't know if the powers that be are doing anything, or is there anything to be done, as some people believe that Bolt made his own choice by investing in that company. And he should be able to stand up to the loss in regards to what transpired. But is that the case? Are you saying that other investors should just go and invest at their own risk in any institution in Jamaica? And if something occurs, then nothing should be done about it? Are you saying that the investment should be invested because that portion is something that you can actually lose or you're willing to lose? It's very, very interesting and mind boggling. Some of the things that are being said about what Bolt should have done or what he has done, and no one held him up to make that investment. Do you believe with Janelle McEwen that Bolt has been betrayed? Or do you believe with the young lady of the Jamaica Labour Party that Bolt made his own decision and he has to face the consequences? Do you believe with Bolt that the government is not doing anything in regards to this matter? Do you believe that Bolt should get back his money? And how should he go about recouping his money? Do you believe that Jean Panton is the only person, even though she accepted it, or she is taking the blame to cover the big wigs that are a part of this situation? I'm just throwing these questions out to you people to see if you have answers that can aid in somebody that might be watching or listening to this video. And when they go in the comment section, there's something that will you know stand out to them in that comment section that will actually help in bringing this case to an amicable close. It's very difficult for someone like a Usain Bolt who works so hard, and not to say the other persons don't work hard, but he uses his body morning, evenings, early, late, do all that it takes through injuries, pain, heartache, disappointment to ensure that he sets a future for his family. And this is what he got from the very country that he decided to stay in when other persons probably would have encouraged him to leave the island and go invest elsewhere, go live elsewhere. He decided to, take the opportunity to live in the country of his birth. Wasn't it the same Usain Bolt when he went into that upscale community the very people who lived in that community wasn't pleased that a country youth can be now seen in a space with them. Interesting. Interesting. I would definitely need for this to reach to an end where monies are returned and people will smile and do all that they need to do and enjoy the returns. Not only Usain Bolt, but all the investors. Until next time, people, stay safe. Peace.